Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Today we will discuss about a group 15 elements. Previously, we used to call them as fifth A group elements. And now we are calling it as group 15 elements. What are group 15 elements? Nitrogen group elements are called as group 15 elements. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. These are the group 15 elements. Their general electronic configuration is NS2, NP3. Their general electronic configuration is NS2, NP3. Nitrogen possesses variable oxidation states. Oxidation states of nitrogen will be from -3 to +5. Phosphorus will possess +3 to +5, generally +3 and +5. Yeah, this is general oxidation states of all the elements, whereas nitrogen will possess only -3. Nitrogen will possess only -3 oxidation state, whereas -3 to +5, it is the oxidation states possible for this fifth group elements. Of course, arsenic will also possess the same oxidation states, +3 and +5. Among the group 15 elements, we are supposed to learn about nitrogen molecules containing nitrogen. The simplest of molecules with nitrogen is NH3. What is NH3? NH3 is ammonia. Generally, ammonia is nitrogen is in sp3 hybridized state. That means it will have tetrahedral geometry where one position is occupied by a lone pair and other 3 positions are occupied by hydrogens. Here one lone pair and nitrogen are in the plane, one hydrogen is above the plane and the 4th hydrogen is below the plane. With lone pair of electrons, we can say the shape is tetrahedral with one position occupied by a lone pair, with one position occupied by a lone pair. Generally, while saying about the structure of a molecule, we will ignore the structural contribution from lone pair. Generally, lone pairs does not contribute to the shape of the molecule, overall shape of the molecule. So we need to omit lone pair and we need to look at the structure without lone pair. Without lone pair, you can see nitrogen at the apex and 3 hydrogens are below the plane. This looks like a pyramidal molecule. So without lone pair, the structure of ammonia is pyramidal. Now, ammonia is a colorless gas, but in our lab, chemistry lab, we have ammonia bottle, right? But I'm saying ammonia is a colorless gas, but in our chemistry lab, we have ammonia, right? We have used ammonia for different reactions. It is having pungent smell. We can easily observe ammonia bottle if it is opened in the lab, right? Ammonia will give a very pungent odor which we cannot miss if the ammonia bottle is opened. Now, how do we get a liquid ammonia? Generally, 53.1 grams of ammonia will dissolve in 100 grams of water. 53.1 grams of ammonia is dissolved in 100 grams of water at 20 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere. So the ammonia bottle in our lab is ammonia gas dissolved in water. Ammonia gas dissolved in water. We need to keep this bottle in a fridge because it escapes from the solution, because ammonia is a gas at room temperature. We need to keep it in a fridge. If we keep it outside the fridge, what happens? Ammonia gas slowly escapes from the solution. So that is why whenever we open the ammonia bottle, immediately we observe evolution of ammonia gas. So that gives very pungent odor. In ammonia, the lone pair can be donated very easily. So ammonia easily donates a lone pair so it acts as a base. Because it can donate its lone pair, it acts as a base. In ammonia, nitrogen oxidation state is -3. In hydrogen, nitrogen oxidation state is -2. In hydroxylamine, nitrogen oxidation state is -1. When we add water to ammonia, it forms ammonium hydroxide. It is a liquid compound. It is a weak base. So whatever we have ammonia in the bottle, it is ammonium hydroxide. When we add HCl to ammonia, it generates ammonium chloride, NH4 plus Cl minus. Ammonium chloride is a solid material and it is a weak acid because it is a mild source of H plus ions. It is a mild source of H plus ions, so it is a weak acid. When we add nitric acid, it forms ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate is again a solid. Ammonium nitrate is an explosive. Ammonium nitrate is an explosive. generally whenever you read about some explosion in India, mainly it contains ammonium nitrate. It can be easily prepared. Just buy ammonia bottle separately, nitric acid separately, mix them, we will get ammonium nitrate. So that can be used for explosion. So whenever you want to buy ammonium nitrate, we need permission. But if we want to buy ammonia and nitric acid, absolutely there is no problem. Okay, right, don't try this. When we heat ammonium nitrate, it acts as a detonator. When we heat it at 300 degrees centigrade, what happens? Ammonium nitrate decomposes to give nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, and at very high temperatures, water will also be in the vapor phase. So due to explosion, what is happening? Ammonium nitrate, which is a solid material, it is converted to nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, and water vapor. Here, look at this molecule, it is a solid. So the volume is 0 volume. We can say a large volume compared to gases. Solid volume is negligible, right? So ammonium nitrate, whose volume is comparatively negligible, but when it explodes, it generates 2 molecules of oxygen, 1 molecule of water, 1 molecule of oxygen, 2 molecules of nitrogen, 4 molecules of water. Altogether, it generates 7 volumes of gases. That means 2 molecules of ammonium nitrate, when it explodes, it generates 7 volumes of gaseous molecules. So that is why it is a best example for explosive material. Now we will discuss about hydrogen. Hydrogen, a liquid molecule. Hydrogen is a very important material. World production is around 20,000 tons per year. It fumes in air. That means when it is exposed to air, it releases gases. Of course, it is an ammonia derivative, so it smells like ammonia, and it also burns readily in air. So when it is exposed to moisture or air, it readily burns. Why? Because when it is exposed to oxygen, it releases nitrogen and water vapor. So this is how it burns. And in this reaction, a large amount of energy will be released. Minus means it is released. There are different varieties of hydrogen, alkyl substituted hydrogens, methyl hydrogen, dimethyl hydrogen. These are what we can say derivatives of hydrogen, because they are derived from hydrogen. When dimethyl ammonia and N2O4, nitrogen dioxide is used as a rocket fuel dimethyl hydrogen and the nitrogen dioxide. The mixture is used as a rocket fuel in the space shuttle and in guided missiles. When hydrogen is exposed to acids, for example, HCl, as we know, nitrogen will have a lone pair. So it acts as a base. This is an acid. What happens? Immediately it forms an acid-base complex, NH3 plus Cl minus. There is another nitrogen with a lone pair. So it will take one more molecule of HCl and it generates this molecule. It is a solid complex. Generally, handling liquid products is little difficult compared to solid products. So whenever we want to use hydrogen, hydrogen will be converted, a liquid hydrogen can be converted easily to a solid compound, and solid compound can be used. Even ammonia also can be converted to a solid product by treating with HCl. So we can use this ammonium chloride as a source of ammonia. Now we will look at the reactions of hydrogen. Once again, please. Hydrogen on
attendance pettamanaru sir, pettanantunna.
Okay. Hydrogen on treatment with iodine, it liberates hydrogen iodide and nitrogen. You can go for balancing it. Similarly, hydrogen reacts with the oxygen and it generates hydrogen peroxide and nitrogen. We can go for balancing. An interesting example of hydrogen is its reaction with the copper sulfate. Hydrogen reduces copper sulfate to copper metal and it generates nitrogen and hydrogen sulfate. The copper metal will be deposited on the walls of the test tube or RB flask, which we use to conduct the reaction. So it appears like a copper mirror. A copper mirror is similar to silver mirror. So this silver mirror test, we will do it in third year practicals. It looks like a mirror with a bright reflecting nature. So we call it as mirror. So from this we can say hydrogen acts as a reducing agent. So when dissolved in water, hydrogen acts as a reducing agent. Even in many reduction reactions, hydrogen is used as a reducing agent. And even in the reduction of graphene oxide GO to reduced graphene oxide, reduced GO, which is called RGO. Hydrogen is used as a powerful reducing agent. Of course, only problem is hydrogen is a poisonous material for the biological systems. So when RGO is not used in biological applications, then GO can be easily reduced with hydrogen. Another important property of hydrogen is hydrogen possesses two lone pair of electrons, one on each nitrogen. These lone pair of electrons can be easily donated to a compound which has empty orbitals. Or in other words, these two nitrogens will act as Lewis bases. So these can be donated to Lewis acids. Generally, we use metals as Lewis acids. So when it forms a Lewis base Lewis acid complex, we call it as coordination complexes. Where hydrogen is named as a ligand because it donates electrons. So it is termed as a ligand, and it is a metal ion. It forms a bond between nitrogens and the metal. Since it is generating two bonds, it is called as a bidentate ligand. It is called as a bidentate ligand. These things we will discuss when we study about coordination compounds.